Well, welcome into episode 21 of the Runners Recap with head coach Rod Barnes. As always, coach, we are happy to see you. Happy to see you in all blue today, too.
Yes, I'm happy to be seen. You know that?
I'm sure. Well, you are making it back from a trip to my hometown of Arizona.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one didn't end the way you guys wanted, but you guys found a bit of your flow and hit a bit of your stride in this game, especially in that first half, but of course end up losing this one 73-69. But what good things did you see? And we can start this off with Mr. Jarkel Joyner.
Well, that's a good start right there. I mean, he really had a really good game. He's really playing in a good flow right now, playing really aggressive, both offensively and defensively. And there in the first half, he had a great first half, but he finished the game strong also, and he's really been a go-to guy here lately.
Yeah, and of course, right before this half ended, he would knock down that bit of a buzzer beater for himself to get you guys going into the locker room. So what was the conversation before heading out for that second half? I'm sure you guys felt like you were in a good position.
Well, we did. We felt like it was halftime. We talked to our guys about, coming back out and being focused. As you can see, we finished the half there strong, and then the second half we came out, and I really thought to be on the road, I thought we established ourselves. We got a lead, and all of a sudden they hit a couple of big threes, but
yeah, they're big guys.
Yeah. We had our chance there at the end, as you can see. Had a good shot from Jarkel. It didn't go down, but I thought our effort was good. I thought our team played with a lot of enthusiasm. I'm always excited to see our team. I thought in the last couple of weeks, we kind of found ourselves a little hurt, a little fatigued. And as a coach, you kind of got to look in their eyes. Eyes tell you a lot about what the team is thinking. I thought we went over there with the frame of mind that we can win a game, and I thought we played to win. And I didn't really think that's been the case the last 2 weeks, that we were really playing with that kind of fire in our eyes. But it's back now, and I'm excited about that.
That's good. So you found the fire in good old Arizona.
Yeah.
And another thing, Coach, that I noticed is just the team on defense was just all over swarming the ball. Is that something you saw where the fire was lit a little bit to get that Roadrunner defense back to where it needed to be?
Well, that's what we talked about. We felt like over the past couple of weeks, we kept talking about identity, that we're a defensive team. We play hard. And we had not been doing that consistently. We would do it a little bit in the first half, maybe do it when we get behind. And I think, losing the games that we lost at home early on, GCU, New Mexico State, and Rio Grande Valley, right behind each other, I think it took someone out of us. And, even though, again, we knew we had some guys not healthy, it just took something away from our team. Now, as we went to that game, everybody was available. Tajay Moore still needs to get better. Yeah. But, our team was healthy, and I think they had a confidence about themselves that, hey, we're about to get started, get rolling again. And that's a good start. We didn't finish, but that's a good start. So we've got 2 games this week, and I really believe that we're going to come back and you'll see Runner basketball like we all like to see it.
All right, well, 2 games this week to end out the regular season.
Yes.
So when you guys find yourself in the middle of the standings, obviously New Mexico State kind of has grabbed the top spot in the conference right now, but is your focus on the WAC tournament, or are you trying to keep these 2 games on the game plan, or make sure you guys are good to go because that tournament is really what's important now?
Well, especially the first game. I mean, you want to come back and establish yourself because, again, we have not been playing with the same kind of urgency, attention to details like we would like. And we had that in the Grand Canyon game. So right now we'll be really locked in and trying to continue to play well. And we feel like, we're a week and a half away from the tournament. If we could play well, like I believe we will, we feel like the tournament will take care of itself. We've done enough experimenting. Because guys have been hurt, we've had enough guys that have been on the floor that I think will be ready to play. So, we'll go working, and they're extremely hard, expecting to win the 2 last games, which both of them will be tough. Right. I mean, our league is tough. Some people say, well, what position you would like to be in? I don't even think it matters this season. I just think it's going to matter when we get to Las Vegas who's playing well and who can play well in the tournament.
Right, and so this first game for you guys on the road at Seattle U, you guys were able to beat them at home. But again, this WAC conference, man, it's just any given day, anything can happen. So looking at Seattle U, what you guys were able to do before you handled them, what are you looking to do this go-around on the road?
Well, it's unusual. You know, it happens to be the last series that we had, this being the last, weekend. Those were the two teams we played the first weekend. So it's almost been 2 months almost since we've seen each other. So there's going to be some filling out. I think, again, we've got to come out and just stick to what we're trying to do right now, not worry about so much of what they're doing, because we want to continue to play well. We want to continue to defend. I thought we controlled tempo over there at Grand Canyon, and we want to do the same thing. When you're on the road, you want to give yourself the best chance you can to win. I thought we did that, and we'll go into this game with the same kind of preparation as far as, hey, do what we do well, and hopefully, give ourselves a chance to win, and hopefully we can close. Yeah,
and I think that was one of the games you mentioned. There's been some time between the last series for this, but we got to see a lot of points off the bench, and that was a big deal, and that's when that identity of the team really showed.
Right.
And then again, when you guys played Utah Valley at home, this one came down to the buzzer beater, Taze Moore, and as you mentioned, you're hoping to get him back to full strength, but of course, when you look at this team, do you imagine this to be another hard-fought game like it was at home for you?
I do. Almost every time we play them, it goes down to the WAC. Their coach, Coach Pope, is a good friend of mine, and we keep saying, man, how can this, every time we go down, it's almost a buzzer beater or something happens at the end of the game. And obviously, we're on the good end of this one, and hopefully we'll be on the good end of it this weekend. But two teams that we play a lot different, but I think we've been around each other and scouted each other a lot, and we know each other's team really well, and it's just been close game after close game after close game, and hopefully we can go over there and it not be a close game in our favor, so we don't have to, score at the end to win the game. But I'm expecting a hard-fought, tough game. I think both teams will be preparing also to go to the tournament, so you want to try to make sure you leave on a good note. Yeah, for us lovers of the game, it's always fun to see that, but as a coach, I'm sure, I just want to check, how's your heart been doing with all these games that have come down to the wire? There's been one too many in the WAC, but how are you doing after this, almost finishing out the season here? Well, I'm excited. I'm excited because, as I told the players, when you're going through the struggles, the season is so long, and I think we had a down time there at the wrong time. So we didn't play well when we really needed to play well, that we didn't finish when we really needed to finish. But just to see the pop, the energy, the enthusiasm, the excited about, I think our guys are really excited about this next couple of weeks. And, as they're excited, obviously the coach, I'm excited. So we're planning to go to Vegas and do big things. Our players are talking about it. But we've got work to do. We've got to continue to work this week and get better. So next week, hopefully, we're at our best. Yeah, so we'll finish the season out here on the road and then see you out there in Vegas for the WAC Tournament. Vegas, yeah. Man, has time flown. It's flown. It's gone so fast. Every season, I'm sure, feels that way. But, man, I feel like we were just started this, and now we're already here towards the tail end of the season. 21? 21, episode 21. Wow. But episode 21... the seat is still hot for the breakdown with Barnes. Okay. I just see you have the sweatsuit there, but you feeling extra warm today? I am. Whoa. It's hot in here. Well, it's always, this is always my favorite time. But again, as we've switched it up lately, I throw the last question at you to throw to me. So you have that. We're ready. All right, Coach. So looking at this entire season, yes, you have 2 games left, but what was the one win that this team had that taught you the most? Wow, that taught me the most. About this team in particular. I would say probably the San Jose game was probably the one. We were behind. We came back. We hit a shot at the buzzer. We probably played with as much uncertainty in that game as you possibly can say, but then we figured out a way to win the game. So that was big. It was a big comeback. I knew then, like, this team wouldn't give up. They would fight. When we hit adversity, they would kind of work their way through it. So that was probably the biggest win for us. That in my mind, that I said we could be all right.
All right, so early on you saw the heart of this team.
Hardest team,
well,
yes.
on the other end of the spectrum, you guys hit adversity late in the season, talking about those 3 straight home losses.
Right.
What's the one loss this year that you learned something about this team that you were proud of?
Oh, that I was proud of, yeah. The one loss was probably, I would say probably New Mexico State. Mm-hmm. Because when we lost the game in New Mexico State, it could have really, obviously it was a tough loss. Just to see our guys kind of work their way back, to compete the next weekend. The next few days, because that could have been a tough game for us to lose and not be able to bounce back. We lost that game, and we didn't play great against Rio Grande Valley, but we showed some heart. Mm-hmm. And we played together, and we kind of stuck together, which to me that was super important.
And as you guys hit the road for these final 2 games, again, when it's postseason, it's a new slate, so everything kind of gets wiped away. So how do you keep your guys hungry to finish the regular season out right, but then hope that that's a spark, though, for that postseason play?
Well, I think probably because we all know the kind of team we have, and obviously we're disappointed in some of the losses we've had, especially at home. I think after this past weekend, our team is excited about playing. I think also we gained some confidence. We went on the road to a team that, here we thought we had a great chance, but they would have kind of started a letdown. They would kind of turn the tables on us. And then to go to their place, play them. So I'm sure our guys, as I know coaches, we thought, well, if we can play that well and have a chance to beat them, they're in number 2 team right now, that obviously if we get to Vegas in a neutral court, then we got a great shot to beat them there. So I think our kids are getting excited about playing, and again, just because the season is so long, we all know as coaches that kind of, you got to have an ebb and flow there with the team. And I see our team on the rise again. So I don't think I'll have any problems the last 2 games trying to motivate them to get them ready. Actually, I think our guys are ready to prove that they are ready to play, and we're ready to prepare these last 2 games to get to Vegas and see what happens. Every team that's, as you said, it's a clean slate. Mm-hmm. Every team's going to get to Vegas, going to be excited, think they can win it. And again, I think the teams that play the best are the ones going to be in the finals, because I think it's been a wacky kind of season. And
for the WAC Tournament, it's a wacky.
Tournament, I think once we get there, we're going to see there still can be some strange things happen. Yeah. The only thing about it is the winner advances, and we're hoping it's the runners.
Oh, yeah, and we've seen this before. You mentioned after the New Mexico State game, a little deja vu that, as you said, the wackiness of what happens with this conference is, hey, when tournament time comes, that could be your chance to make your statement. So the runners, that's what the focus will be.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. So here's a little bit. I'm going to just explain myself.
Okay.
In the game of basketball, the one thing that frustrates me, we've talked about this early on when we first started this, is at the very end of the game, time management, trying to foul, bring them to the line, slows down the play of the game. But obviously, it's a strategy. Right. So for you as a coach, to me, I always look at that and I get it. It stops the clock. It could get the ball back in your hands. But I feel like it must be simpler to hit a free throw than to hit a contested shot. So why not just let the play unfold and try to get the ball back, especially with a team that can rebound?
Okay.
What are your thoughts? Explain this to me.
You've got me. What is the score? What is the situation?
Well, this is just, I've always thought about this. With games, it always kind of breaks down to the end, and then you see that the fouling, and then go to the line, and then foul again, and go back to the line. Right. And I've always looked at it as like, man, at this level of competition, when you're in these guys or women at this level can hit those free throws, so why not just let the game, if you're close, let's say it's a 2-point, 3-point game, if you're close, try to let them miss a shot, play them hard, get them the ball back on defense, and then go make your shot on the other end.
Yeah, but if you let them make the shot.
I'm going to get coached up here. I'm ready for it.
I'm just saying, no. The thing is a lot of times as coaches, we don't necessarily want them to foul in situations, but sometimes you know, you're at the end of the game, and most teams that are good teams, they're going to execute. They're going to get the ball where they want it. They're going to get it to the shooter they want. They're going to get in the position they want. They're going to get the matchup they want. And then their chances and their probabilities of scoring is pretty high.
Okay.
And sometimes when that happens, the offensive guy is so aggressive because this is his favorite move or this is his favorite play. It was like the other night at the end of the game when Jarkel took the shot.
Right.
The move that he made is a move that I knew he was going to make. I knew he was going to get an open shot. I didn't know whether it would get contested or not, but I knew this is his deal. And he ended up missing a shot. But we got the shot we wanted. If we get a chance to do it, we'll take that shot again. We may get into it a little bit different, get a little bit of false motion. But he was very aggressive. You saw it was a good shot. They missed it. So it just all depends. You got different things, guys that may have the ball in their hand, can't shoot free throws, and you put them on the line to the other team. You know, right now execution is so big. And you start seeing teams really not play as fast as much because they want to make sure I get the ball to this guy at this point against this.
That's kind of how the game's evolved, right? Like it kind of slows it down a little bit because it's all about, I mean, you see it with GCU too. They had that inbounds play that it's like you know where they're going and that was his shot. And it's like there's so much strategy. And I'm like, let's just play the game.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like with, you was talking about that shot and well, unfortunately we didn't cover it. And one of the reasons we didn't cover it because we had subbed. And our guy that's normally not out there was guarding the guy that ended up shooting a shot. And even before, when they took the ball out, Coach Conroe is our assistant. He scouted the game. He kept saying, it's going to be a corner 3 shot. Get out to the corner. And, you know, again, we coaches, like, we want to make it happen, but we're not out there. But, you know, that's what you see right now. There's very few teams that has like tricks in their bags now. Everybody's used everything up. So, you know, you kind of know what to expect. It's just whether the guy that you're getting the ball to or the play that you're running, whether it's execute. There's also now the officials at this particular point play a factor in the game because a lot of those guys are trying to get to the conference tournament. They're trying to be selected to the NCAA tournament. So that whistle has gotten really tight now. So they're blowing the whistle more. It just happens. And then, you know, we talk about it after the tournament and talk about it after the NCAA tournament. They talk about flow, and that's what you want. You want flow. And we talk about it every year. But when we get to championship time and who's going, you know, and what seedings, things just kind of tighten down a little bit. So.
Those bang plays don't always go your way.
Yeah, they don't go your way.
Well, that's why we have coaches then, right?
That's it.
We gotta learn from that, so that way I'm just like, I just never was a fan of the intentional fouling, but I do get the strategy. But I'm just like, I mean, maybe it's the nature of I played soccer where you just let the clock run, so you just keep it, keep it going.
We'll keep it going, right?
All right, Coach, that's the last of my questions in the hot seat. Now, you're gonna put me in the hot seat.
Okay, well, tell me this. You've been doing this over your career, your
time. 20, 30 years.
20, 30 years now. No, but what is the most, what fires you up about what you do? Like, what gets you where you wake up or you get this story or something happens or this time of the year? What's like, you like, oh man, I love this?
So it's funny you say that because literally I can be passionate talking about sports with anyone. I just love sports. I love what it taught me as a young girl growing up. I love what it teaches people together, bringing people together, the teamwork. I mean, you can't learn that any better than playing sports, I would feel like, biased opinion, but I think that truly the thing that gets me so excited about this job is meeting the people and the characters and knowing this experience I've had with you, getting to know you, what fires you up, fires me up. Learning what the coaches and the players, why they choose to be a part of their game and what brings them day in and day out, because it's tough. I mean, learning the adversity you guys have dealt with just this season alone, but you choose to keep going out there. that gets me pumped, and I love to hear your story and why, you know, you love to go there. So I think, I mean, if that answers the question, it's the people in the game.
Well, you didn't really answer the question because you're on the hot seat. No, I'm kidding. That was
burned. But yeah,
that was a great answer. And,
I love the
the
people.
Point is I think you're still stealing my questions and answering, but no, that's a great answer.
Yeah, the people. Yeah. And right, and I think you too, you love the people that have been a part of the game. It's just, that makes it fun.
So you feed off others?
I do. I do. I feed off others. I love the energy, because that's one thing too, we've talked about this, the energy in a sports environment, nobody touches it. Yeah. No one touches it. I mean, and you have it across other entertainment, you know, factors like music and all that, but something about being in an arena where people kind of gather together cheering for the same purpose, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah. So I'll be doing this, I think, for a while. We'll just say that. Unless that changes anytime soon, I hope not, but I'll be doing this for a while. Hopefully.
I'm 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Great question, Coach. Thank you so much. We will end on that. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next week for Runner's Recap.